How much are you enjoying this experience being part of the All-Star game thus far?
I'm having a blast. Anytime I'm on the baseball field, anytime I'm around the fans and ball players who love the game the way these kids do, it's always a good time, man. Steve Califer and the guys down here in Somerset do a great job. I've been out here many times. It's a beautiful night for a ball game, so let's have some fun.
I know you've gotten a chance to see guys hit on the field during batting practice. You said you've been out here several times. Speak about the talent level that you've seen here in the Atlantic League and how it compares to what you've seen in AAA, Major League level, how good the level of play is here.
Well, it's right there. I mean, these kids, a lot of them just need the opportunity. A lot of them have different circumstances, different reasons, but, the main thing is that, to be a professional baseball player, you got to be pretty good, and it's also different levels at AA, AAA, and the big league. So I think a lot of these guys just looking for an opportunity, a break, getting hot at the right time, and they can realize their dreams. So it's the beauty of the game. It's the love of the game, and that's what I like about these kids, is that they love it. It's in their DNA. They have a passion for it. So I root for these kids, and because I know I've been where they've been somewhat, going through the minor leagues, but I also understand the love for the game, and it's great to see.
How much joy do you get out of seeing a guy like Rich Hill, who was in the Atlantic League a couple years ago with the Long Island Ducks? Now he's a big-time pitcher for the Dodgers. Other guys that you had managed previously that are now playing in the Atlantic League and finding success. How much are you enjoying to see that?
Yeah, well, very proud of them, and you try to keep tabs on them, how they're doing. When they get to a certain level, hope they take the next step and everything. So it's just, again, I know it's a dream come true. These kids, work hard, very hard to get where they want. They pay their dues. So when you see a success story like that or see them make it, it's always very special.
You just worked with Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, the most watched World Baseball Classic of all time. Coaching in that, wearing Team USA across your chest in front of 40,000 people. Can you just talk to me about that experience?
It was tremendous, and I've been in baseball all my life, 30, 40 years, but that was the most fun I've had in a long, long time. Championships, World Series, All-Star games, to be able to finally win the gold after a while of not being in the mix. I mean, I was with the team in 2013 when we got beat, and I think it was the second round. Left a bad taste in our mouth, but we came together with a group of some great guys. They checked their ego at the door, and they all committed to winning one for the USA, and I'm just so proud of the guys. I had the best seat in the house, so coaching third base, it's so cool to be able to watch all these great players, not only just on USA, but in the world. The Asians are getting better, the Latino players are outstanding, every country's getting better. Israel, the Netherlands, the Italians. I mean, you look down the line, the competition's fierce. So to be a part of it was very special, and to be a part of a group that finally was the first ones to do it makes it even more special.
1977 and 1977 and 1978. Those two of the greatest teams ever in baseball. What can you speak of those seasons, that lineup, and just ruling the world in baseball?
Yeah, that's what it felt like. We lost to the Reds in 76, but then 77, 78 we repeated, and it just seemed like we were just on top of our game for forever. Great group of guys: Thurman Munson, Roy White, Chris Chandler, Sparky Lyle. I can go along the line. It's just a great group of great guys. But we felt like that. We felt like we were the best team in the world. We proved it back to back, which is very unusual to do. So I'm just very proud of that. I mean, another anniversary, and it's cool to have back-to-back anniversaries, 77, 78. So I'm going to enjoy the time. It's always good to see the guys come back. The reunion is always great. So it's a big brotherhood. So this is a great time for me because I get a chance to rekindle my old friendships.
When you see a guy like Sparky, who's been in this league for so many years, been with the Somerset Patriots organization, and has been a manager here, have you given any thought and consideration of potentially being a manager or coach in the Atlantic League or at any other leagues throughout the rest of your league?
Well, that could be something in the future. Right now, I would love to get back in the big leagues as a manager, but if I see that window closing, then it's something I might do in the future. I got a beautiful family. I've got a beautiful granddaughter coming in a couple of days. So my focus is more on my family right now and enjoying life, doing a little traveling. But that's not something that I would ever say I wouldn't do. Again, these guys do a great job. Steve Califer and his group do a great job of bringing fans in and treating them great. again, I've been here many times, so I get to see firsthand how well they do. So it's something that's a possibility. But right now, I'm going to just enjoy life and hopefully get another shot in the big leagues.
And of course, I have to ask, being so tied into the Yankees organization, your thoughts on Aaron Judge and his meteoric rise into the big leagues.
Well, I just hope that they don't put too much pressure on him. I mean, he's a great kid. I know him personally. Got a chance to work with him a little bit the last couple of years in spring training. He's an outstanding young man. The way he's been raised by his parents has been phenomenal. But for me, just to see a talent like that, it's very rare to see a guy 6'7", 280 play baseball. I mean, it's like watching LeBron James play baseball, someone like that. But his skill set is unbelievable. I just hope he stays grounded. I'm sure he will. And just enjoy it, you know, because it's rare to see this happening. And for you kids, you know, the young ones are coming up. I played with some big fielders, players, Dave Winfield, Frank Howard before that. Very unique to have to be that big and play baseball. So I'm enjoying it. Unbelievable power. But that's really what it's all about, enjoying the ride that he's on and admiring his unbelievable talent.
Willie, any players you've managed or coached in either roster, or do you remember coaching against anyone specifically that's playing today?
Well, you know, Gary Gaetti's the manager. I played against him for years with Minnesota. Schneider, I coached his brother. And I'm sure there's a few other guys that I've passed on the pike somewhere or whatever. But been in baseball a long time, whether it's minor leagues or during spring training. I'm sure a lot of these cats I've rubbed elbows with. So it's just good to see them out here. All right.
Eli Fishman, Chalkball.net, YouTube, Eli Fishman Sports. You coached for 17 years. You had an 18-year playing career, as I said, World Baseball Classics. You've done it all. World Series, All-Star games, you know, everything. What has been the best moment of your entire baseball career?
Wow, that's a tough question, man. I've had so many great moments. I've been so blessed to be a part of great teams and great teammates. You know what? From a selfish standpoint, the 1977 All-Star game was at Yankee Stadium. I played the whole game. I had a great game that day. But my point is playing in front of all your family and friends. I grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. So imagine living a dream and being in Yankee Stadium playing against the best players in the world. I mean, guys that I used to imitate. I used to copy their stances. Rod Carew, Harmon Killebrew, Reggie Jackson, right, who became my teammate later on. It was just a blessing to be able to be a part of that. But Chris Chambliss' home run in '76 was phenomenal. And as a coach, those great Yankee teams with Jeter from '96 to 2005 was an unbelievable ride. But from a personal standpoint, I've had some great games, but I just remember the All-Star game in 1977 being the culmination of just a childhood dream, and being able to live it and play in front of the greatest fans in the world in my home ballpark was pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
After, a couple questions real quick. Billy the Bat Boy's Corner here. After a long and stellar career, he went to coaching. Was it a difficult transition from being a player to a coach?
A little bit, because I retired and I became a coach right away, so I had a lot of playing still in my blood. I still enjoyed it. It took me a while to kind of get that out of my blood, but once we started to work with the Derek Jeters and the Bernie Williamses and all those kind of guys, it kind of took me away from playing. You know, I had a long career, I had a good time playing, but I wanted to teach. I wanted to give it back to some of the players, and being along the line with those great Yankee teams at that time was very special. So there's nothing like playing, but coaching is the next best thing.
Last question, what advice would you give to a younger player?
Well, just love the game, enjoy the game, play hard. I mean, you know, I'm talking about the young ones, okay, because it's a great game, but I don't think you should take it too seriously. Enjoy it, have fun with it, and if the skill set is there, then it will come to fruition as you get older. But it's a great game, just have a good time and enjoy it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Willie.
Good job, guys. Good job. Good luck to you, man. Good luck to you.